Hello everyone, my name is Aditi and I am a gemologist by profession. Today I'm here to share with you some various options as career in the jewelry industry. I currently work with an auction house. It's called Saffron Art. Saffron Art is India's first Indian homegrown auction house and leading as far as the art market is concerned. And they also have a jewelry vertical where I work. So I take care of the Mumbai jewelry department, jewelry auctions, right from sourcing to cataloging to planning to sales strategy, marketing strategy, every single aspect of the jewelry auction I'm closely involved in. And reaching this point has been quite a journey. I have worked in various verticals in this field itself. Jewelry industry, it sounds very glamorous. It is very glamorous because the end result is what we wear, jewelry. But there's a lot of background work that goes in. So I would like to share some incidents and experiences that really brought me to getting inside this career and how one by one I started getting opportunities and I capitalized on them. So let's get started. So frankly speaking, I wanted to join the defense forces, either the Indian Navy or the Indian Army. But when I realized that I might have a limited scope at that point when I was trying to get into that, I decided that I would rather explore my creative side and choose a career that was creatively fulfilling for me. And that's when just casually I did a basic designing course at IIGJ. That's called Indian Institute of Gemological Sciences, Gems and Jewelry rather, sorry, IIGJ, that's Indian Institute of Gems and Jewelry, that's in Andheri. And when I enrolled for that course, I realized that I had the capability of developing good color combinations, because jewelry is about playing with color, playing with metal, and using the forms to create something that is very eye pleasing. So that's what designing is about, and also being original. And slowly, one by one, when I was in that course, I came to know, oh, there is a course that specializes in diamonds. There's a course that specializes in gemstones, colored stones. And I can learn manufacturing and so on. So I discovered that this field, this is just an opening, and the field is actually vast in itself. And that's when I decided that if I really want to make it big or make it something in this field, I need to know the various aspects and then link them together. So after designing, I thought, now that I know how to make jewelry, conceptualize jewelry on paper, I need to see the physical raw materials. So I went ahead, I enrolled myself at GIA, that's Gemological Institute of America. I did my graduate diamonds, my graduate colored stones, graduate gemologist. I also did a gemology course from GII, that's Gemological Institute of India. And both the courses helped me gain a good command over colored stones and diamonds. I came to know how to judge the quality, what kind of size fits what design. So it was like connecting the dots for me. And I realized that I really love this segment of stones, because I was a chemistry student once upon a time in life, and it's all about mineral science. People feel when they join gemology course it's quite easy, but it's not so easy because there's a lot of study involved. For example, it's a simple thing that I'll tell you. Every red stone that you see is not a ruby. Okay, it could be a ruby, it could be a red spinel, it could be a red tourmaline, it could be a red zircon. There are so many stones. So what is it that differentiates them? It's their chemical composition. And the chemical composition imparts certain qualities to those stones based on which you can use it to your benefit in your design or manufacturing jewelry. So these dots have to be connected. That's where application comes into process. Thereafter, I thought that I needed to know how jewelry is manufactured, because I know how to do it on paper. I know the stones now. I needed to know how metal works with it. So I did a short manufacturing course, again at IIGJ, and that helped me draw all the strings together. While I was doing these courses, I was also completing my graduation. So I was in like sailing in two boats. So my first year, my second year, and my third year, I think have been the best and the most fulfilling years because I was so happy with what I accomplished. By the time I graduated, I was ready to take on my career. And as soon as I graduated, I actually had a small injury, a ligament tear, so I was on bed rest for 2 months. Thereafter, when I applied for my first job, I got it. That was at IIGJ itself to take an experience, a first-hand experience. And thereafter another, I have worked with laboratories, I have worked with a design house to set their internal laboratory. I also joined GIA as an instructor. I conducted workshops all over India for jewelry fraternity itself, training them on the various aspects. And before that, in between, I realized that I needed to upgrade my knowledge. That's very important in every field. So I went to Bangkok, which is the world treatment capital for jewelry, for gemstones rather. And I completed my advanced in synthetics and treatments course over there at AIGS. It's called Asian Institute of Gemological Sciences. And I also worked there freelance because I couldn't work there for a longer time as my parents wanted me to come back. So I did work and it provided me a good exposure of the jewelry market over there. So as far as advanced training is concerned, there are many options. We have international institutes like Asian Institute of Gemological Sciences, which will give you a specialized course in pearls, or for that matter, even GIA has got specialized course in pearls and so on. So that training will continue because education is also a business for them, as in they have to evolve more courses. So there is no barrier as to how many and when you can do it. You can do it at any point in life. But more important thing is to know what is actually happening in your local and international market, because that is something no classroom can teach you, friends. And that knowledge is something that will not come to you on a platter in a classroom. That is something that you have to go and get out there. And how does that come? Visiting B2B shows is extremely important. In India, the most important B2B show, that is business to business show, is called IIJS. It's India International Jewelry Show. Happens every year in the month of August. But since it's a B2B show, you need a recommendation from somebody who's in the industry and you can get the pass. Going to such shows where the consumer is not there actually gives you a very big insight to the industry. It helps you understand what people are pricing their goods at, whether it's diamonds, whether it's pearls, whether it's gemstones, or even if you want to compare some solitaires, you get an upfront comparable straight. So you need to go and seek that information out there. You will also come to know what are the latest technologies coming, which is a new CAD software that has come in that you can use in manufacturing. Or is there a newer microscope that has come in that you can use to assess gemstones? So all this technology, everything comes under one roof. So if you're in India, I think you should definitely attend this show. That goes without saying. Another good trade show to attend happens in Jaipur in the month of December. It's called JJS. It's called the Jaipur Jewelry Show. Jaipur is a colored stone hub in India. And there are a lot of colored stone cutters and dealers, loose stones you can buy to manufacture jewelry or just to build your collection. And all those people come under one roof at that show. And it's really nice because, again, there you have to do your own market research. So that is one show. Internationally, since India, we are in the Asian subcontinent, I think one international show that is easy, free to attend and should not be missed is the Hong Kong Jewelry Fair. It happens in the month of September and it also happens in the month of March. It happens twice. So I generally make it a point to go there in September. There are two segments. One is a special jewelry segment over there, and one is dedicated to gemstones, diamonds, pearls, and all the raw materials. And you will get to see the international community and Indian community as well over there. And that is where you come to know that how is the international and your local market tallying. So it's really a good, if you can't go to a Basel show, which is in Switzerland, it's perhaps expensive to go, or any other show like Las Vegas, JCK, I think this is one show you can definitely try to go once in a year. And it'll broaden your perspective. You will realize what you're learning in classroom, how much of that translates on field, whether or not it translates on field, and how much more you need to cover up, in your market research. That is, I think, the best thing that you can do to yourself for your career to grow. So the scope and future of this field, I think in India at least it will continue, because jewelry and our culture go hand in hand. Why do people buy jewelry in India? Because they want to accumulate jewelry for their daughter or daughter-in-law. And it is something which is an indispensable part, not only of a conventional way of saving money, but also of our culture, where jewelry is handed over down the generations. So I don't think that this field is going to die out. This is something that, as long as India is there, jewelry will always continue to be there. And India has had a very important contribution to the field of jewelry to the world. So it was initially India that was sending out design ideas. And now, obviously, there's an exchange. I mean, the world is also influencing India. But Indian traditional craft will never die, whether it's the art of enameling, the art of filigree, the art of jadao, or whatever art are there. Whether it's the next 10 years or the 20 years. Yes, the market can fluctuate depending on how the global economies are playing, whether there's a recession coming in. But the industry will always survive, that's for sure. In 2017, we organized a jewelry conference, which was first of its kind to happen in the entire subcontinent, not just in India. And I was a part of the core team and one of the person leading that project, and it really went off well. And it was so well received by the luxury industry, not just in India, but abroad, that I would say that it has been a significant achievement and a challenge also for me. And I'm really happy that I could do it and live up to the expectation of not just my company, but my own as well. Yes, I do have some future plans as far as my career is concerned. One is that I would definitely like to continue where I'm working, because being here and seeing this industry in a whole lot different perspective is a chance that not everyone gets very often. So I think I have been blessed to have that chance, and I will definitely keep that chance with me. Second thing is, since I love writing, I would really like to contribute to publications. I do it on and off, but because of busy schedules, I don't get so much time. So I would love to dedicate time to writing, to help new entrants in this field to understand some things that are not taught in the classroom, or some things that you're just thrown into when you join an office and you have no help around. So I would like to throw some light on those aspects. And maybe sometime later, I will go back to teaching and teach whatever I have learned to students. So that will be my way of giving back to the industry from which I received so much appreciation and love. So this field, people join this field with a lot of dreams and hopes and a perception that everything is very rosy and glamorous here. It is, no doubt, but as always with every other field, you've got to work very hard. An important aspect of this field is trust. Yes, even today, people don't rely on an invoice, okay, as much as they would rely on you as a person. So when you join the industry, your work ethics, your way of working, everything, I think you should pay special attention to that. If you say something that you're going to deliver, you should deliver it, because everything is made a note of, and that decides your trustworthiness and how much work allocation you'll give. This is how actually the jewelry industry functions. It's not that just because I have studied in the topmost, the premier institute, that everybody is going to, flock around me and give me work. It's not like that. You have to prove your credibility, that you are trustworthy, and such precious and high value goods can be trusted on you. So I think that is something that I would like to tell all the youngsters. If you work on this and obviously upgrading yourself as far as knowledge, I think you can have a very successful career. And I wish you all the best, and may God give you a very good platform to have a successful career.